Go yourself. Is that clear?
In just a minute, you're going to see Elon Musk literally say the F word and cuss out Bob Iger from Disney right to his face on live TV. This is not a psychological evaluation, and this is not a political stance. I'm only dealing with body language with basically one of the richest people on earth. So here we go.
There's a public perception that that was part of a apology tour, if you will. That this had been said online. There was all of the criticism. There was advertisers leaving. We talked to Bob Iger today.
I hope they stop.
You hope?
Don't advertise.
Here in this first clip, I want you to see how Elon, when he is looking to actually say something to the people or persons that have stopped advertising, he looks directly into the direction that they be sitting and throws an insult at them. This is why he looks at the interviewer, and when he answers, he looks to the crowd and he throws an insult. He literally takes his head and he throws it to them. Now, this is very territorial. This is the idea of when you see somebody stick their chest out or stick their chin up in the air or somehow become larger than life. This is being territorial. This is a guy who is used to calling the shots. He is not accustomed in any way to being told what to do. And so when advertisers say they're going to pull their money, he knows how much money he has, so he flaunts that to them by throwing the insult. Don't advertise.
I hope they stop.
You hope?
Don't advertise.
Now watch his shoulder when he does it this time. He throws the insult, but he also raises his shoulders at the same time.
You hope?
Don't advertise. Don't advertise. Don't advertise.
This is to insinuate that not only am I throwing something in your direction with territoriality, but I'm also saying I don't care. I do not care what you do or what you don't do. Keep your money. This is very complex for a very quick piece of body language. This next short one, I want you to notice how he throws just the word no, right in the direction of Bob Iger, who runs Disney. He's the CEO. He holds the purse strings. And he doesn't say no to the interviewer. He says no directly to the person threatening to take their money.
You don't want them to advertise?
No.
You don't want them to advertise?
No. No.
Now, we know for sure that Elon Musk is on the spectrum. He has shared for many years in the past, including on Saturday Night Live when he hosted, that he has a form of Asperger's, which is simply now defined as part of the autism spectrum disorder. And because of this, he sometimes stares for a long time without feeling those social cues that it's kind of strange.
I don't care.
So you just don't care? You want to share what you have to say?
I'll say what I want to say, and if comes with that is losing money, so be it.
Okay.
And he makes strange faces like he does here. It's like consternation. He's confused by why these people would think that they could hurt him, basically the richest guy that you'll ever see, with their withdrawing of money. That he's so offended by it that he has a look of not even knowing what to say. It's like, what, huh? And he doesn't even know what to do with it because he's so disgusted by this. Watch.
What do you mean?
If somebody's going to try to blackmail me with advertising, blackmail me with money?
And watch as he sticks his neck out to throw this word out. And this is, again, a very aggressive stance. He's very comfortable with being wealthy, and he doesn't like to be threatened by wealth. That's why he says, they're going to threaten me with money? This is very territorial and very aggressive.
Blackmail me with money?
This is where the interviewer does not know what to do because Elon is going to take his hands and use them as illustrators. We've went over many, many times what illustrators are in my videos. They're simply hand movements or body movements that fall on the syllable when you're explaining something. And when they're out of sync, there's a problem with what you're saying, but they are perfectly in sync here as he says what we're all here to see directly to Bob Iger.
But
Go yourself. Is that clear? I hope it is.
Now notice after he does it,
Go yourself.
he looks back at the interviewer and says, is that clear?
Is that clear?
And then instead of waiting for the interviewer to answer him, because the question, is that clear, is not for the interviewer. The question, is that clear, is for the advertisers that are going to pull their money. So he looks at the interviewer and says, is that clear? And then he looks back at the crowd where Mr. Iger is seated and says,
I hope it is.
Then to drive his point home, he literally calls the CEO of Disney out by name. Hi, Bob. I'm sure he's in the audience.
Hey, Bob, if you're in the audience.
Well, let me ask you then.
That's how I feel.
Something I want you to notice about the interviewer here. He is so uncomfortable that he begins to use what are self-soothing gestures. People that touch themselves like this, or rub their legs, or maybe stroke their beard, or do something like this or this, these are called self-soothing gestures. And what they do is they mitigate when you feel stress. So if you don't know what to do with stress and you don't know how to answer somebody and you're at a loss for words, it's very common to touch yourself, rub your legs, stroke your beard, or in this case, rub your nose and not make eye contact with Elon Musk.
Well, let me ask you then.
That's how I feel.
And apparently that's how he feels, folks. I've got several more in the pipeline about Elon Musk and some of his body language that a lot of people have asked me about. Those will be coming up very shortly. And I have a couple more coming out in the next few days. So do me a favor, if you are still here, make sure that you click on one of these other ones, and I will see you guys on the next video.